I don't like to waste anybody's time. And I know these are late. So let me just say, so Jade is new and Andrea is new to our team, to Team Take Heart. And I'm super excited y'all are here. If you guys, do you just want to briefly introduce yourself? Tracy, do you want to start so everybody kind of knows? Becca, you just went green. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm going to let Tracy, if you'll just start and just say hi and just tell a little bit about yourself. We won't take up a lot of time, but.
Okay. I'm Tracy King. I've been a Beachbody coach since April. I've been into fitness and working out and everything for years. And so this just fell right in my lap, and I love it. And I love Rachel, and you'll love this team. What else?
That's good. That's enough. Everybody, I told her to say that, y'all. Becca, do you want to go, Becca?
Sure. Can y'all hear me and see me okay? Because my computer's kind of freezing on me.
Yeah, you freeze up a lot, but we can hear you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So I'm Becca, and I've been a Beachbody coach since December. And wait, tell me again what else I was supposed to say.
Oh, just tell us something about yourself.
Sorry about that. I live in Texas, and I know Rachel actually through my husband. Our husbands were in college together, and I saw Rachel's posts online after we became friends on Facebook some years ago. But once Rachel started doing all this, I started seeing that, and I was in a time in my life when I really needed something to just inspire me and encourage me to do something to uplift my spirits. And when I saw Rachel's post, I thought, why not? I'm going to follow my curiosity and see what this is about. And it has just been a really very good thing for me to do for myself personally. I'm trained as a minister. I serve as a minister. But this is a fresh way for me to use my gifts and a new way for me to grow as an individual and care for people. So it's been a great experience.
Cool. Thank you, Becca. Yeah, it's just, everybody's so different. I love hearing y'all stories. Okay, so Jade and Andrea. Andrea, you're not a brand new coach per se. You've been doing this for a little while, right? Do you want to introduce yourself? Are you on vacation?
Yeah, I am. We just got to Tennessee.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been driving for 7 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm Andrea, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I actually started as a customer last year and decided to join as a coach. And I began, I think on April, I signed in as a coach. And then I found Rachel on Instagram. I saw one of her posts, and I was on a team that really wasn't, she wasn't working really as a coach anymore. And I wanted to join a team. I always was listening to the wake-up calls, and the coaches will always, say that they had training for their teams and did everything as a team. And I really wanted that to have a team to back me up. And so I decided to join your team, and I'm very excited to start this journey with y'all.
I'm so glad you're here. I've been watching you, and you're really good. You've got it. So I'm excited to see what you do. Jade, go.
Hey, I'm Jade, and I'm a 7th grade science teacher. And I've been using Beachbody products for a couple of years in Insanity and T25, and really enjoyed those and got great results. And just recently, I felt like I should be a coach because I enjoy helping others, and others seem to, be able to, they flock to me and they like to ask questions. What do I do? How are you getting your results? And I always say, oh, I'm, T25 or Insanity. And I never really thought, that's me just saying, what I do, and I can totally help somebody else make a difference. And so I was like, I need to be a coach.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited. All right. So guys, I'm going to mute you guys. So what I do with these calls is I can manage, I just mute you while I talk. because, not because I don't want to hear what you have to say, but just because it cuts out the background noise and makes it all smoother. But if you have anything to say, I think you can unmute yourself, and there's also a little chat bar at the bottom. And so if you type into that, we can all see what you're saying. So if you have a question or you want me to stop or something, you can do either one of those two things. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. But yeah, we have our calls on Monday nights. I've been doing them during the day, during the summer, because of like just family time. But we're going to go back to 8:30 on Monday nights. And these calls are just for us to connect as a team, really. I know that you may not always be able to make them, but they are Mondays at 8:30 at 8:30. And I do record them. And like I said, it's for us to connect. Just like that. That was a connection. I think we all just connected that way. So I love that. And that's what being a team is about. But it's for me to share kind of what knowledge I have and what's going on for the month, promotions, whether it's team get-togethers or for me offering you guys incentives to Hit Success Club, and, just things that are coming up. And then we typically pick a topic to talk about. And if you guys ever want me to speak or cover something specifically, please feel free to ask. But tonight, we are just going to go over, the things that are going on in August as far as promotions and things like that, and some events that we have coming up. And then I had asked Tracy and Becca to share. We just got back from Summit. So Summit is our annual Beachbody, our coach convention. It's like the biggest event that we will have as coaches, and it's where all of us come together in one city, and we have trainings, we have workouts together, we meet the trainers, we have little parties and get-togethers. And it's just, guys, if I could just from the beginning, if you could get how important events are as a coach, because this business we build from our homes. I mean, like, I'm sitting in, this is my playroom. It's junky. It's my playroom / office. And, I never really have to leave my office to do what I do. And that can get kind of lonely. Your mind can mess with you a little bit. Just events are so important to go and to meet other people who are doing the exact same thing that you are doing, to meet people who are passionate about you, to hear other stories, and to meet the leaders of this company and the coaches who are the leaders in this organization. And so the events are really important. Things like Super Saturday, which we'll talk about in just a minute. And, we will do coaching and get-togethers events of our own. And so just events, if I could stress that, if I had gotten that earlier as a coach, I think I would have benefit from it earlier. But events are great. And so we're all the three of us are going to share about kind of our biggest takeaways, the things that we took away from Summit. But first, I'm going to share my screen with you guys because I put together some slides for our call, if I can find it, and I wanted to show you guys a couple of things. So we're going to start there. Let me pull you back up and share my screen, and y'all tell me if you can or cannot see it, please. So these are my slides for our call. But like I said, we have our calls weekly on Mondays at 8:30. And okay, you guys, if you know me, my faith is a big part of what I do. And I just put this scripture verse up there. It's from Colossians 3:24. Can't talk. And this verse just kept going through my mind while I was at Summit. And it was just on my heart. I kept putting it in my posts and stuff. And it says, whatever you do, do it enthusiastically as something done for the Lord and not for men. And I believe, honestly, guys, that this coaching thing it's a gift from God. I mean, I believe that it's something that he put in my lap, just like, Becca said, and Tracy said it fell into her lap and it just came at the right time. And I believe that it's a gift. And if we use it as a gift and use it to honor God, then he will bless it even more. Not to say that it will be easy always, but I want to do it for him, and I want to do it enthusiastically. And if Tracy, you've read The Energy Bus, I think Becca, you're reading it. One of those rules for your life is to have enthusiasm. And that just kind of sticks out to me. And so I love, love, love this verse. It's kind of my theme verse for this month. I don't know, however long God leaves it on my heart. But so as far as August, I wanted to share you guys some of the training opportunities. Now, some of you guys are new coaches. Some of you are not. You are pushing for Diamond. But these are basically the 3 training groups that we have available for August. The first one is Coach Basics. So if you're a brand new coach, or if it's just your second or third month and you kind of still feel like you don't have the basics, this group is for you guys. And you guys you new coaches are already in Coach Basics. And this is just where we're going to go over all of the just dirty day-to-day details, and talk about how to get started, how to talk about your coach announcement or posting your coach announcement, how to invite to challenge groups, how to post pictures, what to say, what not to say, how to sign people up as challengers, and all those fun and exciting and kind of overwhelming things that you start to do as a new coach. The second training opportunity is a 4 Vitals group. And this is just for somebody who's kind of gotten the grasp of Coach Basics and kind of graduated from there and wants to move forward and just get better at doing the 4 vital behaviors as a coach. The last one is a Revive group. This is a group that myself and some other Diamond leaders from the Dream Team, which is our larger Dream Team, the bigger team that we're a part of, we're leading this, and we are just going to focus again on the 4 vital behaviors, but it's for people who've kind of like fallen back, and maybe need a kickstart in their business. And I wanted to tell you guys, even though typically there is like Melanie or somebody hosts a Push to Diamond group, she's not doing one, but I can, if you want to be in a Push to Diamond group, either I can lead one like one-on-one or through private messenger, or we can find another group for you guys to be a part of, because I know that a few of you are actually so very close to Diamond. And if that's your focus for August, let's get you in whatever you need to be in to make that happen. But so just let me know. And if you're not in a coach training group, let me know, because I believe everyone should be in one. So August, as far as challenge packs, so most of you guys know that every month Beachbody puts challenge packs on sale. And last month, I think it was 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, and 22-minute Hardcore, and maybe Country Heat when it came out. So usually it's just like 1 or 2, but this month, and I'm guessing just because it's August and it's back to school and they want to provide some extra incentive, all of these challenge packs are on sale for $140. Okay, so if you're a new coach, Shakeology by itself costs $129. So all of these programs are on sale in the challenge pack form for just $10 more than the regular cost of Shakeology. So Country Heat, obviously, 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, Keio, 22-minute Hardcore, Size, and 3-day Refresh. That's awesome. Those are all of Beachbody's most popular programs. And so they just kind of, I think they took a poll, or maybe they based it on what has been their best sellers for the first part of this year, and they put those all on sale. So if you don't know about those programs, what they are, the intensity, whether they require weights or equipment, all you have to do is go into Team Beachbody. You can either go into your Coach Online office, or you can just go to the Team Beachbody website and go to videos and products, and you can watch little snips of those to learn more about them. And of course, we don't care at all to answer questions. But just quickly, Country Heat obviously is the new dance cardio, when 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, y'all are all familiar with that. Keio is Pilates based. 22-minute Hardcore is just that. It's 22 minutes and it's hardcore. It's cardio and weights. And Size is dance. Size is very low impact. It's not going to burn a ton of calories, even compared to Country Heat. It's pretty low impact. 3-day Refresh is just a 3-day quick cleanse program. It's really good. It's nothing extreme. So do you guys have any questions about that? Y'all got that? I can't see your chat thing. If you do, just unmute yourself.
Hey, Rachel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought I looked at Keio today, and I was thinking I didn't see it was on sale.
It's supposed to be. I checked that in the online office, but I'll double check it. But it was on that list.
Okay. Yeah, I need to go back and look, because I was hoping it would be 140, and it seems to me like I saw it say 160.
No, it's 140.
Okay,
it's 140. That's great.
Yeah, I was gonna.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. That's good for you, isn't it?
I know. And Size, that's a great price on Size too, because it's usually a lot higher.
It should just be 160, I think, but I don't know. I don't sell a lot of Size.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because I don't do it. But
that'd be fun if you could dance.
Yeah. Size is a good program for people who don't like to work out, who like Zumba or something like that. And he's fun, and it follows the container system. It follows the container system. I was trying to think if you get the containers with it. I can't remember. I'll have to check. But it's a good option for people. And honestly, guys, one thing that I have learned is people buy the programs that you do. So, I'm doing Country Heat not because I love it or I'm going to enjoy it a whole lot, but because I think that it's going to be a good solution for people that I wouldn't normally be able to help. And so I'm going to do it a little bit and share about it. And, it's just going to be an option for people who wouldn't traditionally do the programs that I like to do. And so, I can't stand size, honestly. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't sweat enough. But anyways, it's a good program for people who don't like to exercise. Okay. So let's see what this is. Becca, Diamond Group. The last group that I posted was that Revive group that we talked about, that the Dream Team is leading. And you can do that, or we can do a Push to Diamond one-on-one, or I can team up with another team that's doing a Push to Diamond. Whatever you guys want to do. I want to help you do that. So you just let me know where you want to be. So coming up, obviously Country Heat launched. It's going to be, and if you listen to the National Wake Up Call today, Carl Deichler, he kept talking about how it was just going to be like one of the biggest things that they ever did. And I believe it's because of that fact that it's going to help people. It's going to be a good workout. I mean, is it going to be like Insanity Max 30? No, but it's a good workout. Like people are going to be sore. People are going to burn calories, and they're going to have fun. And so it's revolutionary in that it's just going to help people who wouldn't normally get up and move. Okay. And so I definitely encourage you guys, I'm doing it. I believe that I need to do the programs and talk about them and share about them so I can help people. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy Country Heat. I mean, you can access some of the sneak peeks on Beachbody On Demand and do it and record yourself or post a video or post a picture of you doing it and talk about it that way. But it's just make sure you know what Country Heat is. And so that if somebody tells you, I don't like cardio, I don't like high impact, I don't like to use weights, that's a good option for somebody. And I have a Country Heat group that started today, actually. So I'm going to be adding people to that group as they purchase the program and the challenge pack throughout the week. So if you guys aren't running a Country Heat specific challenge group, I do not mind for you to add people to mine, because that's definitely a kind of definitely a niche program. The Fixate Cooking Show and all this stuff is in the Coach Online office under news. But the Fixate Cooking Show is going to be something big to help people. It's in Beachbody On Demand. It's just Autumn and her brother. It's literally a cooking show. Kind of cool. Core de Force. Oh my gosh, y'all. Please watch this video. Joel and Jericho, they're new trainers for Beachbody, and they've come out with this Core de Force. It's going to be awesome. Like if you like a good hard, sweaty workout, it's going to be awesome. And they have a lot of energy, but that's coming out later. 21-day Fix Yoga Retreat is another thing coming out in Beachbody On Demand. And obviously it's just 21 days of yoga. And it's just through Beachbody On Demand. The $1 Million Health Pool. This is kind of cool. I don't know if you know, but Beachbody has a challenge tracker app that they are really trying to get us to use instead of Facebook. I think because it's just kind of more focused accountability. It requires challengers to check in, to post their Shakeology, post their workouts. And it really, if the challenger uses it correctly, it is a great tool to help them stay on track. And so in the month of September, Beachbody is going to be tracking the people who check in throughout the week in the Challenge Tracker app. And if you do it so many times, if you post your Shakeology so many times, basically you go into this pool where they have $1 million and they're going to add money to it. And whoever participates is going to get a check from Beachbody. I mean, it could be $50, it could be $500. It just depends on how many people participate and who does it. And so, but I'll share more about that later, and you guys will get emails and stuff about it too, I'm sure. So those are just some things coming from Beachbody. Okay. So those are some things coming out. Super Saturday is this weekend, and it is coming right off of Summit. And so what Super Saturday is a quarterly event local. near you. And again, you know, these are designed to keep you on track, to keep you motivated, to keep you interacting with other people and getting out of your house and doing things. Okay. So Super Saturday is this Saturday. If you go to Beachbody's website, go to your Coach Online office and just search Super Saturday, you can pull up a link that will show you where all the Super Saturdays are, and you find one near you. I think that I probably am not going to be able to make it to one this weekend, even though I'm sitting here preaching to you about going. But, you know, if you can go, if you can find one, great. If not, they always post the videos and stuff. I talked to Tracy about this. I probably need to host one the next time, which is in October. It's the second weekend in October, the first weekend. It's the 7th, 8th, and 9th, whatever weekend that is. And so these are, you know, there's always a live workout. You work out with other coaches. You learn about new products, new trainings, new programs. And so it's just fun to get together and to go again and just be with other coaches and be a part of that community. And it really helps you grow your business, plain and simple, you know, just like anything else. So Super Saturday is this weekend. If you can go, definitely go. And so the last thing that I want to talk about that's coming up is in October 14th, 15th, and 16th, I am hosting for our team an Emerald retreat. So an Emerald coach is someone who has a coach on their left leg and a coach on their right leg. You have two legs. But just know that it's two coaches, okay? Two active coaches, two people who are signed up as coaches. They're drinking Shakeology monthly, and they're active. And so as an Emerald, if you are an Emerald by October and you have hit Success Club in August and September, you qualify to go to this retreat, okay? It is in Fort Morgan, Alabama, which, Andrea, that's really close to you. And so you just have to be Emerald and above. There's a $50 deposit. I think total it's going to not cost each of us more than probably like $75, honestly. But it's going to be a weekend where we just get to hang out together as a team. I mean, as fun and as awesome as Summit was, it was very busy. It was nonstop, and we really didn't get to just hang out much, you know. We didn't even get to see Becca half the time, you know, because she stayed somewhere else. And it was just, this is an opportunity for us to be together, to talk about our businesses, to plan, to set goals for our businesses, and for us to share about just kind of how to advance our businesses, how to find customers, how to convert customers into coaches, how to talk about the coaching opportunity, you know, all those things. And if you are diamond by then, diamond or above, I will return your $50 deposit. Okay. So, and the other thing is that I am talking to a friend of mine about coming and doing some professional photos for us. So if you see, sometimes I'll have like a nicer photo that I didn't start doing that till I was a little farther in. But once I hit diamond, it was definitely something that was on my agenda, just to have some good photos to use on my web page, on my Facebook page. But I have a friend who may come. I think she's pretty much willing to do it. But I got to find out how much it would cost too for you guys to have some photos made. And nothing crazy, nothing like glamour shots or anything. Just some good photos of you, however you want. So that is our retreat. Do you guys have any questions about that? No? Okay. All right. And this is, I always like to, okay, so I plan out my months. I did this before we went to Summit because it just helps me stay on track. And so especially like you newer coaches, just to give you an idea of how I run my business, like how I prioritize things, how I set my challenge groups, etc. So this is what my month of August looks like. Obviously, my country heat test group started today. And so I'm going to switch focus and start talking about my kind of jabbing, what we call jab, 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 right hook, talking about my next challenge group. So I'm going to drop these little jabs about, you know, talking about going back to school, like making Henry's lunches, talking about how I fit my workout in when I go back to school, talking about how I plan out my meals so that whenever I get home, I've already prepped my food, and so I just have to put the dinner together. So I'm going to drop all these little jabs so that when it's time for me to invite to my next challenge group, people are going to be thinking that way, like thinking about, how do I make time for my workout when we're so busy? How do I plan meals for my family, healthy meals for my family, you know, when I'm at work all day and then I have to come home and we have to go to soccer, or So I'm going to be talking about those things. And then I'm calling my challenge group for August Perfectly Imbalanced, because my life is so out of balance, but I just managed to make it happen somehow. And so that's what I'm going to call it. Instead of back to school, I feel like people overuse that, like a back to school, but back to school is it's a good idea, but I've used it a couple of times already. And so I don't want to. So I've got that challenge group. Sorry, I'm brain freeze. I actually plan to start that one on the 22nd, unless it just fills up before then. We'll see. But I'll pick a date so you guys can definitely know, you newer coaches. Coach Basics University starts Monday, so I'm still inviting to the coaching opportunity as well. And that's why I'd push back my August challenge group to a later date. I typically start my challenge groups on the second Monday of every month, but this month I'm going to do it on the third Monday because of all this. And so those are my challenge groups. And after I hit Success Club, I always aim to hit Success Club 10, usually by the 10th. But because of Summit and everything, I'm pushing back my groups. I have pushed it back to the 20th. So that's my personal goal, is to hit Success Club 10 by the 20th. And then I'll start talking about coaching. I'll start talking about what I do as a coach. I'll start talking about relationships. I'll start talking about our retreats and all those types of things. And I'll invite to the coaching opportunity, just like I did this last month. And so I'll host that coaching event like I did this last month, and do a live coaching opportunity call on the 31st, and then jump into September. And so I just put this on here, every Sunday, some things that I do on a regular basis. Obviously my daily workout on Sunday, weekends, sometime I post about meal planning or prepping my food, and just kind of lead people by example in that way. And then, obviously I talk about things I do to make fitness fit into my life. I talk about, why it's important to me to get up and work out. I post a motivational quote in the evenings. Those are just some things that I do on a consistent basis that I believe have helped my business move forward. Do you guys, especially you guys who are going to be inviting to my challenge group, and we'll talk about this more in Coach Basics, but do you guys have any questions about that calendar or about inviting to our challenge group or anything right now? We're going to talk about this on Thursday night too, on our new coach kickoff call, but I just want to see if anybody had any questions. No? Okay. All right, let's go back. All right. So Coach Summit. Okay, I swear this is a lot of things coming up, but I want to get this in before we get into kind of talking about this year. Coach Summit 2017 is in New Orleans. They moved it, which will be fun. And so today I actually booked a condo because I went on there. The hotel situation went live at 9:00. I had to go do something with Milo, and I came back, and literally all the hotels were sold out. Okay. And and they were super duper expensive too. So I just went on, what's it called, Tracy? I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, and found a condo. Okay. And it's super cool. Super cool. 7 or 8 of us can stay there. And I know that a lot of you guys already bought your ticket, which is awesome. But I wanted to show you, if you have not, can you see that? The Coach Summit ticket pricing page. Can y'all see that? So typically a ticket costs $295. So as a new coach, if you see down here, I think you have 30 days to claim your discount, your new coach discount, which is $100 off. So it would still be $195. Right now, it's on sale for $175, and that is refundable until the end of the year. So if you want to go ahead, most of you guys have bought your ticket or earned it, but I would definitely go ahead and get your ticket, because even as a new coach, if you hit Success Club 5 your first 3 months as a coach, you get it for free. And if you buy it now, they'll refund your money. But if you want to wait and see if you hit Success Club 5 your first 3 months, that's fine. But I definitely recommend getting it sooner rather than later, because they do sell out, and then you go on a wait list, and it's kind of a big deal. So in order to get your ticket, you just go to Coach Summit. I think it's 2017.com, and you can buy it there. And just like I have to say that those of you who have already invested in it and just done it, like that says a lot about your commitment to this business. And that's really impressive to me. But we had a lot of fun. Yes, it's wild and it's crazy, like not like wild party crazy, but it's where you just go, but you learn. And it's really fun to do it as a team. I mean, just like me and Tracy driving back and forth to Nashville, like we talked so much and we shared so much and we got so many ideas, and it's just like a shot in the arm, and it just really is a lot of fun, and it's very, very, very helpful in growing your business. So that's next year. And so I do have the condo. So if y'all want to grab your spot, I hope that we all go. But now I want us to share some takeaways from 2016. And this is, Becca and Tracy are going to share theirs. I'm going to share mine. Actually, I have a video from Timmy, our friend who's not on Team Take Heart, but bless her heart, she thought I wanted her to hop on our call because I did include her in that text accidentally. But I have some takeaways from her. And so we're just going to share with you like what we learned at Summit and how we're going to use it to take this and grow in our own business and just move forward, because there was a lot of stuff. We all had a notebook. We all took lots and lots of notes. I took lots of pictures of slides, but we're just going to kind of share some of the things that stood out to us the most as coaches. And so I'm going to ask Becca, do you mind to go ahead and go first?
Sure.
Okay, go.
So I'm getting out my Evernote, so I'm sorry if I'm more choppy because I wrote down some of my takeaways in Evernote to be able to share with y'all. Y'all can hear me okay? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Okay, so I have a lot of takeaways, but some of the ones that stood out the most, I really love Chalene Johnson. I think she's got such great energy, and her vibe really speaks to me and encourages me, inspires me. And some of the things that she was saying that I found really helpful was to just really be in touch with your story and to really figure that out well for yourself. Because she was saying how people don't want perfect, and people don't trust you if everything looks rosy. They don't trust you if they don't know you. So it's important to get in touch with your story, and sharing story creates reciprocity with people. So they will know and like and trust you if they can really know who you are. So I really liked that from Chalene. And from Sean T, he was great. He was talking in the same kind of vein about getting to the truth about who you are, trusting that about yourself, and not really comparing yourself, and just trusting what you know about yourself, and then just being transparent about it and being open and being more vulnerable. And that's something that I feel like I need more help with, because I can tend to hide my imperfections and, try to present all rosy, and that's not good. So I like that. And also something else that Chalene said was, get people to give you testimonials that sell you for you, so that you don't sell. We're not about selling, we're about sharing. And I don't know if you all have heard that before, but we like to be able to share what this has done for us, what it's doing for us, why we want to be doing this, rather than here's a product and here's why, buy this for me or whatever. But to pay more attention to, to connecting and building those relationships, and that will help you sell, because then you can ask people for testimonials and they will do your selling for you. Tell people how great of an experience they've had in your challenge group, and how you've helped them. The other thing is that just to have fun with it. I know when I first started as a coach, I was just so overwhelmed with information because I wanted to just absorb it all and just do it right. And and that's great. I mean, it's so good to just be able to have a spirit that you're just wanting to jump in and do it. And it can get overwhelming. So it's important, I think, for us to just remember that why are we doing this, right? And to have fun with it. And it should be fun. And just to be relatable, just to not try to think up of, I just have to create a post. I got to figure out what to do. But just to really get in touch with the things that you really like and be relatable. I liked that. Something that Amy Silverman said that I think she got from Shalene, because I listened to a Shalene podcast that Rachel had told us to listen to a few weeks ago, was to create curiosity in your posts, inviting people to reach out to you as much as possible, meaning get people to be more curious about your posts rather than just like putting it all out there or feeling like you just have to like give people a ton of information, but just make people kind of curious so that they are like, what is she doing? And what is this about? And we'll get them to come to you. And I liked that. So yeah, that whole identifying your brand and finding your tribe, those are the things that I'm going to really work on, as well as tracking. Oh my gosh, and just being organized. One of the things that really was helpful for me that I didn't even think was going to really speak to me was the spouse support workshop that they had. I was like, these are spouses that run the business together. This has nothing for me. But really, it was really good. It was really helpful because I think that we can tend to get really focused on what we're doing and sometimes just really just be into our phone and be into our, all of the stuff that we're wanting to do for our challenge groups and for our business. And the further we move along in the business, we can struggle maybe with our time management. And so for me, it was really helpful to hear one of them say, the more organized you are, the more you get accomplished. And then when it comes time for you and your family, you can actually be more present rather than be looking at your phone or, I've got to do one more thing before bed. But the more organized I am, the more I will be able to accomplish. And then, of course, this makes sense, but it's just helpful to hear that, yes, that organization makes a huge difference. So Eat That Frog, that's a really good one, really good book. And the other thing that I think was really helpful that might be helpful for y'all to hear too is there was one of the coaches that said she sees so many people, I think it was Janelle Summers, I can't remember, say she sees so many coaches go through the give up on self phase. And they get to a point where they just decide, it's not worth it. I've been doing this and I'm not where I want to be. I'm not making the money I want to make right now, or it's too hard and I feel like people aren't responding and I just want to quit. And she says, you need to get through that phase. That's the point at which you buckle down and say no, and you just stay consistent. And you have patience. That was what somebody else was talking about too, because it pays off and you're building and you're building and you're building and you're building, and you will get to that momentum. It just takes time. It takes time for people to trust us and to see what we're up to. And so just to get through that give up on self phase, when you feel like you just want to give up, don't do that. I thought that was really helpful. There was a lot. So I'll just stop there.
That is really good stuff. Like, I think the perfection thing, I think that we all struggle with that, and nobody wants to follow or join somebody who's perfect, honestly. That doesn't help anybody at all as being perfect. We want to share our imperfections and talk about how we make this work. The kids were up all night and I maybe overslept a little bit, but I still got my workout in, or life was crazy, and so I had to throw a quick meal plan together while the baby napped. Or, my husband was sick, he was in the hospital, or we had tests done today, but I packed my snacks, because I knew I was going to be tempted by the fried chicken or something. nobody's life is perfect. And so us sharing our imperfections is huge. And you know, when we mess up, you know, when we don't do what we say we did, share that. You know, people want to know that we're real. I love that. That's good. Tracy, you up?
Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a whole notebook full of notes that I took from every speaker, but when Rachel asked me what I wanted to share as a takeaway, I think it was more just what I saw when I looked around. I looked around and I just wrote this down and I actually used this tonight talking to somebody about becoming a coach. She said to me, I've got to get my stuff together before I can help somebody else. And I was like, no, girlfriend, you do not. I said, I said this, I said, it doesn't matter where you are in your fitness journey, as long as you're willing to help others in theirs. And that's when I looked around and saw all these people of different sizes and shapes and, you know, just in different places in their life, but they're all coaches and wanting to help others and people, you know, and having teams and everything. And they're not all, you know, size 2 models, you know, runway models. And so, I mean, I think that was one thing that I looked around and saw, and they're helping people. And so, you know, when you start looking for people to help you with a team, you know, you don't have this cookie cutter image of who that is that's going to be a great coach. It could be anybody. And another couple of things, like when we'd watch or hear the presentations from some of these top coaches that are being very successful, you know, there's a lot of people there and a lot of people that are having a lot of success with this business. And another thing I wrote down is that you can succeed in this business just by working at it. You know, you can just work at it, but to grow in this business, you've got to work for it. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but, you know, you can do very well just by talking to people and hitting Success Club 5 every month. But if you really want to grow and make this business into something that, you know, is a full-time job or very nice supplemental part-time job, then you do have to work for it. It can be hard and a lot of work, but it's so rewarding. And kind of on that same vein, I just put down that you can grow in this business exponentially if you work for it and are willing to lead. You know, so many of the stories we saw of these top coaches, they've been coaches for, you know, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And I think about myself, I've been at the same company for 12 years. You know, what could I have done with Beachbody in 12 years? That's what amazes me, is how you can just get stuck in a job and just be doing it for so long, and then an opportunity like this come up, and you could really grow in just a couple of years with this business. And like I said, all the other stuff was just, you know, a lot of leadership things, a lot of you know, the day-to-day stuff, how to run challenge groups, how to lead challengers, and that, I mean, that was just kind of notes, but those were my takeaways that kind of really hit home with me.
Those are good. Yeah. And the day-to-day stuff, that's kind of like, you know, the running challenge groups and stuff. There's some really good information there, but that's stuff that we talk about all the time, you know, like that's stuff that we do every single day, but it's really those mindset shifts, I think, that get us. And, you know, always, no matter if it's at Summit or if it's on a training call or if it's on a one-on-one call with my coach, Melanie, like the thing that I struggle with the most and that I have to always tell myself, and it's what stood out to me this week, and was, you know, as a coach, you have to put your blinders on. You know, like even as a team, we can support each other and encourage one another. But if Becca moves faster than Tracy, it's easy to get discouraged. You know, if Jade takes off and somebody else doesn't, it's easy to look at her and say, I'm not successful at this. But, you know, you have to define success on your own terms. You have to set your goals. You have to put your head down, and you just have to put in the work, you know, just do the daily behaviors. And like my life is different than Tracy's. So my business is probably going to look different than Tracy's, you know? And so we just can't compare ourselves. So, you know, what's your purpose? Like, why did you sign up for this business? Why did you sign up as a coach? Why do you work out? Why do you eat clean? I mean, like, get specific. What motivates you? What is your purpose? Write it down, you know, like put a chalkboard, a whiteboard in front of your desk or by your computer and write down what your purpose is in this. Even more important than goals, what is your purpose? Because I believe that, like Tracy said, we can do these things. We can hit Success Club. We can run challenge groups. But if you don't have a purpose, then it's just going to get mundane. You're going to just get bored with it, and people are going to feel that. And, you know, you're not going to be able to live out what your potential is in this business. And so definitely know why you're doing this. Leave your mark, you know, I mean, like, stop waiting for somebody else to make you successful. You know, just go out and do it and leave your mark on the people that you come in contact with. Because I do believe that, like, I believe that God calls us to something like this. You know, I'm reading that book. Y'all, look, if you could see my desk, you would just be like, how does she work? But I have all these books and notebooks and calendars. But I'm reading this book. It's called You Were Made for God-Sized Dreams. And it talks about how, you know, like, I mean, it's okay to dream. It's okay to live out your purpose and to do something meaningful and something big with your life, you know? And I think that a lot of times we feel like we're selfish when we go after something like this or put our heart and soul into a business like this. You know, I know as a mom personally and as a wife, I feel like, well, it seems selfish for me to take that time away from my kids, but look at how much more my kids are benefiting from what I have done in the past 2 years. You know, not just financially. Yes, this business has blessed us financially for sure. But, you know, I'm more confident. I'm more sure of myself as an individual, not just as a coach, but as a wife and as a mom and as a leader. And my kids benefit from that. You know, I was giving Henry this little lecture on the way home from school, not a lecture, but a pep talk about how, you know, like, yeah, do well in school, but do your darndest, like, try hard. And if you fall short, like, if you fail, that's okay. That's good. You know, like, so long as you, I mean, I'm giving my 7-year-old this talk, and it's all like from what I've learned as a coach, but my kids, my family benefit from me going after this dream of this goal that I have in this business. And so, you know, don't hold back. Like, you know, just do it with all your might. And like somebody said, Becca, I think, schedule your time and, you know, do what you can do in the time that you have to commit to this business, and don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty about it. And so that's a big one that I took away. Feed your mind. Somebody said it, and you guys would have to remind me, but somebody said big minds build big businesses. Small minds don't build big businesses. You know, don't be afraid to dream. It's okay to have big dreams in this business. You know, I've dreamt lots of things. I plan to be like 2 or 3 star, even 5 star, you know, this time last year before I went to Summit. And I'm not. I'm still a diamond coach, but that's okay because I've worked my tail off and I continue to work my tail off, and things will come in the right timing. But, you know, like, don't be afraid to dream big and to work hard. And I mean, I've fallen short of goals so many times. And sometimes that's my own fault. And sometimes it's just because it just wasn't meant to happen. But somebody said it. Who said it? I can't even remember, but it's something about the patience. And guys, on Teamsy, on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, there is an account called Teamsy, and I'm typing it in the chat bar right here. And it's a coach, a Beachbody coach, but they have the best, like, they put these images together of quotes. And so they did a bunch of them from Summit, and I just screenshotted them and I was going to share them. But Gary Vaynerchuk, who wrote Jab, 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 Right Hook, said, a lack of patience is the #1 reason people lose as entrepreneurs. And, you know, we do. We lose patience with ourselves, with other people, and we let it make us stop. And you just can't do that. You have to keep going. And I'm like the most impatient person on the whole planet. And so that really stuck out to me. And that's something that I'm going to have to work on myself. But I plan to make calls for us out of all these things that I learned personally. I plan to do calls centered around them. And so I have lots more to share. But the last thing I wanted to say, and somebody kind of already addressed this a little bit, but it was a quote that said, you don't build a business, you build people, and then people build the business. Okay. And that just kind of goes back to your why, like know why you're doing this. What's your purpose? Is it to help people? Is it to improve your own life? Is it to help other people who struggle with the things that you struggle with? But the more you invest in people, the more that you focus on other people, the more successful that you're going to be in this business. And let's see, one last thing I wanted to share with you guys from this book that I am reading. Let's see. Okay, so I'm reading this book called Famous in Heaven and at Home. You guys have probably seen me talk about it, by Michelle Myers. She's a Beachbody coach. She makes all those scripture tanks that I wear and stuff that I love so much. But she has a chapter in there about like women entrepreneurs and asking people for money for a service, because that's what we're doing as coaches. We provide a service, really people are just investing in food and a workout program, but as part of that, they get our coaching, right? And she uses the scriptures from Proverbs 31, and it says she senses that her gain is good. And I think that, again, it kind of goes back to that selfishness that a lot of us women feel, that, we feel guilty for offering to help somebody for money. But really, and there's this quote in here from another guy. It says that a honest business transaction is when both parties are better off after the transaction is over. And, Carl Deichler says it over and over and over. We're offering people hope. We're offering people change. We're offering to help someone. And, the reason they created this coaching opportunity is because they've always made great workout programs. Shakeology is awesome. But what was lacking for people was that third element, that accountability, that encouragement, someone to push you when you want to quit. And I mean, we all know how many times have we started a workout program and stopped, or started dieting and stopped. And so since they created the coaching opportunity, the success stories from their programs have gone through the roof. Okay. And so that's what we're not offering. I'm not an awesome person. I mean, like, I can't help somebody get fit and healthy all on my own. We're just putting the right tools into people's hands, and we're encouraging them as they do it. Okay. And so, like, what we're offering people is not just Shakeology, it's not just protein in a bag or superfoods in a bag, but we're just offering to help them be successful as coaches. And so we can't feel guilty about that. We should feel guilty about not inviting people to a challenge group, about not telling somebody about Shakeology. I mean, my own personal story based on Shakeology is amazing. Like, I mean, my cholesterol is normal, and it shouldn't be normal. My hormones are almost non-existent, and I've always struggled with PMS and PMDD. And, I know it's Shakeology because I've tried it with and I've tried it without it, so I should feel bad about not inviting somebody to try it. And so those were kind of some of the things that really stood out to me from the weekend, and just from things that I've been reading. But Team Z was a good one. That's a good Instagram account to follow, just for motivational quotes and things like that. And they posted a lot from the weekend. But that is all that I have, you guys. So I'm going to unmute everybody and just see if you have any questions, or if you have anything to add to what we talked about. Anybody? Is this helpful?
I want to say something.
Yeah, go Jade.
Well, you're talking about different books that you're reading that, are encouraging and helping you. Mm-hmm. And I just got finished, I think I have it right here, reading this one. It's by a Christian author. It's called Looking for Lovely. And it is phenomenal. And it just talks about, like, finding lovely within yourself, and, helping you discover the lovely in you, so that you can help others find the lovely in themselves too. And so it's really good because it helped me have a different perspective in how I see myself and how others see me too. And it's really what kind of helped motivate me to want to do this coaching thing. So I think it's also a good thing for, like, you guys to read if you're interested.
Who wrote that?
It's by Annie F. Downs.
Okay. Looking for Lovely. And you talked about another one, the Victoria's Secret model. What was her name? Bisutti, the Bissutti.
Yes.
Yes, I've heard her speak before.
And I would definitely recommend that one, especially for the women that struggle with eating disorders, and that helped me transition into a healthier lifestyle and how to eat healthy and work out instead of starving myself.
That's good. That's really good. Hey, I forgot, if you guys have 5 more minutes, I wanted to show you Timmy's video. Timmy went with us on she stayed with us on the trip, and she's been a big influence in my coaching business, and she made this video for us. So I'm gonna let y'all watch it real quick, so I'm sure she has something really good to say. I watched part of it.
Hanging out with y'all, hearing your stories, seeing your successes and everything. So I just pray that everyone had a wonderful time, and I'm excited to continue being a part. And she could play it, share her screen, and maybe y'all could see it. So my biggest takeaways, I guess, from Gary V, I think that probably hit me the most. I mean, bottom line, he said that people are like, oh, you're so lucky. No, he's not lucky. From the time that he was younger, he worked hard for every little thing that he had. And he talks about it, if you want something, you go after it. Don't depend necessarily on everybody around you to answer your questions. If you want it bad enough, you can figure it out. And then he said to have patience. So as you're working hard for it, don't expect to be an overnight success, but work hard for it, have patience, and you will succeed. If you're working hard and having patience, I just don't see how you can't succeed in this business. And so I think that part of working hard and having that patience is something that you have to, that work ethic you have to put inside you. And I think there's times we all have that drive and then we get back from it. So there's times, for me, I know I'm just going for it, and other times I slack off a little bit. So that moves me. Another one that I thought was moving was Sean T saying, put it on the TV. So if we're going to walk the walk and talk the talk of, hey, use your containers, do your workout, and we are posting things about that, are we really doing that? Are we following everything that we're telling our challengers to do? Of course you're going to have times where you make a mistake too, because that is part of our story. But in general, are you drinking your shake every day? Are you, doing your containers and following your meal plan? Are you meal planning just like you asked your challengers to do? And I felt like I have slacked on that. I used to be really good about posting one every Sunday, and I have slacked on that. That spoke to me. Put it on the TV. So that little wording that he used. The next one was make your message. I know, I've mentioned to y'all, I don't have like a huge traumatic story, a debt story, an abuse story, a rags to riches story. My husband works hard. He has a good job. My parents have always loved me. They are still together. I don't have one of those stories. I'm just a mom that raises boys, but I have boys in the field, and we have busy schedule, and I think that's like my thing. To talk about how to stay on track with those busy schedules. And as I'm getting older, I'm not going to be able to jump around like a screaming banshee all my life and do those insanity programs, which is why I got certified in Keio. And so find your mess and share it as your message to others. So, I think that is just one of those things that it takes you a while to figure it out, and but just kind of keep sharing with it, and just be, it's kind of awkward at first, but I think it's just something that's important to us, to help others. Like she said, you don't relate to someone perfect. You're just not going to all the time. After a while, you're just going to be like, yeah, whatever, skim the post. So, and I also, let's see, the other thing was the transformations. I told my husband those were just amazing for me to see. Those transformations were moving. I did not know those people, but I couldn't help it, stuck back the tears in my eyes to see that their life changed. And I think this is what hit me the most. Their life changed because somebody invited them to join their challenge group and join their accountability group. If someone wasn't bold enough to do that, those people may not have completely changed their life for their family, their health, their children, and all of that. So it comes back to those amazing transformations that somebody talked to them about, hey, these programs work, this is what we do, and see those amazing transformations. Like it helps to wait. That's one of the things, the first thing I talked to my husband about was this morning, we didn't have a lot of time, and that's what I said. The transformations are amazing. So reach out to other people who else might need a transformation to feel good about them. So my non-presentation takeaway was sitting at lunchtime and realizing where in the beginning I had made a mistake, and I felt like I just spewed things out to everybody and did not take my time to form those relationships, and I felt guilty about that. So I talked to Becca and Rachel about that. Tracy, you were at your photo op. And so sometimes talking to others and other coaches and figuring out why you are afraid to do something or why, and kind of figure it out. What is it that's actually stopping you from doing it? I think it made me realize it, that was my little aha, or, just like, oh, that's why I'm struggling with it. So, sitting and talking to you girls about it was a great moment for me and a great takeaway for me that, if I have to, and I've got to go back and apologize to people for kind of spewing everything out all in front of them and just say, bottom line, I was excited about this and just wanted to share with everybody. But it is a passion of mine, and I couldn't help it, So just like when you're excited about a new restaurant and stuff like that, you do tell everybody about it. But, I think it's really important to form those relationships too. So I do, that's it. That's my takeaways. I do want to say thank you very, very much again for opening your arms. I had a fabulous time. And I just hope that this is recorded so that you guys can tell me your takeaways. And I appreciate it. So thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. I hope y'all are having a fabulous evening. And I will see y'all online liking your posts. Bye.
All right. She's kind of awesome. But let's see. So that's all I got, guys. And so just the biggest things right now, know what you're inviting to for August. Have a plan. Be inviting to that through your posts, through your one-on-one invites. Let me know if you're not in a training group for August where you want to be, and you're all on a team cup. Everybody's on a team cup. Okay. So Jade, you got registered tonight. You should be hearing from I think her name's Jill, who is leading that team cup. So that's just kind of a separate group that you'll be a part of. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just soak it up, ask questions, because they'll do things differently than we do. And so everybody, get in your team cup page. They should have started today. And just be active and, come together with your team and really, really make things happen for each other. It's really fun to do it that way. So that's all I've got. And we'll be back next Monday night at 8:30. You new coaches who are in Coach Basics, we've got that new coach kickoff call on Thursday at 8. So I will see you guys there. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good night.